Hello everyone, and welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. I'm Cassie Trask. Today we're going to be using the new Lawn Fawn Cozy Cats. We've got the stamps and the dies. These stamps are just absolutely adorable. If you are a cat lover like myself, this is great. You even have little sentiments for the speech bubbles. We also have our matching dies. What I noticed about these is that the dies are not connected when you get them, which is great. We also have the Cozy Cats Christmas add-on stamp and die. Absolutely adorable. I'm going to pair it up with an older set. We've got the Window Scene Winter stamp and die set as well. And then we're also going to use the Window Frames die because it all goes so well together. I want to build a little scene. And so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to put all of the stamps that we want to stamp out into our Misty. I'm going to stamp that onto some Copic friendly paper, and I'm going to use some Memento Tuxedo black ink. This stuff is perfect for Copic coloring, so I'm going to ink that up actually twice. This stamped pretty good the first time, but I just want the ink to be nice and crisp, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp it just one more time, making sure that everything is pushed down into the corner of my Misty. And then once we get that stamped, then we can start our coloring. So I'll just push that down and you'll notice it's nice and crisp. All right, so I'm going to do my best to put all those colors up on the screen for you. They'll all be linked down below in the description box. But take a look, we've got some E colors. I am going to color all of these cats to be Siamese. If you know me at all or follow me on any of my social media, you know that I am a cat lover, but my cats are some Siamese cats. So I have a blue point, so that's what I'm coloring this one to be. So we've used some E81 and some W4, and then we'll blend that out with that E81. The next one we're going to do is going to be a little bit more like a seal point, so I'm still going to start with that E81. And then I'm going to bring in both the first one I'll bring in is E84. And then we'll just put it on the tips of the ears, around the face, the paws, and the tail. And then we'll blend that out with that E81. And then the last cat we're going to do is a little bit more like a chocolate point. So my daughter has a chocolate point. And so we're going to color that with that E81 once again. We'll bring in the E87. So that is the darker earth tone. And we'll do the same thing like we did before, a little bit on the ears, a little bit around the eyes and nose. And then the paws and also the tail. And then I'm going to blend a little bit of that E81 on there just so that when I put that E84 down, it blends even more seamlessly. So the E84 will soften those edges even a little bit more, and then we can kind of come in with that E81 one more time if we need to. So that takes care of our little kitties. And then I'm going to bring in some reds. I kind of stuck with jewel tones. I was going with winter, so we've got some R29 and R24, our lighter tone. I tend to color light to dark, as you can tell, except for when I'm doing grays. For some reason, I go dark to light on grays. I don't know why, but that's just what I do. So we're going to pick out some of these little books that this cat is sleeping on top of. So cute. And then we're going to bring in some greens, some like olive greens. So we have this color, which is the G94. And we also have the G99. And I'll bring that color back in when I go to color the coffee cup. But at this point, I wasn't 100% sure where I wanted each of those colors. Now we've got some violets. So this is the V99. And I'm actually going to blend that with the darker BV29. And we're done with those. We're not going to use those again. But then I have these dark blues. So we've got some B37. And we also have some B39. So because these are smaller areas, you don't have to go too crazy dramatic if you don't want to with your colors. Or you could do that, just depending, I guess, on the look that you're going for. So then we'll use that for the yarn ball. And I'm not done with those blues because I'm going to use that for our scene. But here we have the coffee cup using those greens, those olive greens. And then we're done with our cats. Minus bringing in a yellow. So I do want to bring in a yellow. We've got a Y26, almost like a gold color, and that'll go on the binding of our books. We also have that RV83 for the nose, or RV93, my bad. And then we're also going to use R83 and RV93 for the pillow. All right, now we'll do the couch. So we're going to use the toner color. So we've got T3. So like I said, for whatever reason with the grays, I tend to go dark to light. And I want most of this couch to be white. And so my suggestion there is if you're doing that, it isn't a bad idea to start with your darker colors and go very minimal with that. You can always add more color, you just can't take it away as easily. So then we've got the T1 and we're going to blend, just softening the T3. And again, want to keep most of that white, so I'm only just blending out the T3 with the T1. All right, and then our couch is just about done. For the nighttime scene, we're using the B39. I'm not actually going to bring in any color beyond that for the sky because it's in the background. And I did think about doing some blending, you know, adding some dark areas to it, but you're going to see we're not done with this background scene just yet, even with that color on there. I'm trying to make sure that I stay in the same area with that pen, if that makes any sense, so that I don't have a bunch of blending lines. It's a little hard to do regardless, but I'm going to go back over that so that we can kind of blend out those lines just a little bit. All right, and then we'll finish up there on that side. I love birch trees, so pretty. And then we'll bring those toners back in. I did have some marker go a little bit beyond the snow line, so I'll just kind of push that color back with my toner. And I'm using the T1 for that. And then I'll bring in the T3 just for the tree, just a little bit, just adding some lines here and there, just to accent the lines that are already on the stamp itself. And then once I'm done with that, I do have to color up the feet. So I'm going to use some E87 for the feet of the couch. And then we're going to bring in each of those matching dies and tack that down with just a little bit of Post-it tape. So, and we have dies for everything. You'll notice I did stamp out one of the sentiments into the speech bubble. I don't actually end up using it, but I'm going to save it for a future project. So we've got everything die cut out. And then here's where I take this scene. I'm going to put down just a microfiber cloth. And I'm going to bring in the Dina Wakley Glossy Acrylic Spray in white. Just want to make some snow on that background. And this stuff is perfect for it because it's an acrylic paint. And it actually dries pretty quickly. I'm going to hit it with my heat tool, but it really does dry very quickly. So I love this stuff. All right, now we can actually start building up our scene even more. So I have some cardstock. I went ahead and die cut out the pieces that I needed from the window frame. And so I'm doing the curtains in white. We'll, of course, add a little bit of color using our toner. Copics are a great way to do that. Again, I want to keep those curtains mostly white, so I'm just adding a little bit of shading there, just where I think it might be, where those pleats are. And then there are a couple of spots for the, like the wrap on the curtains. I don't really have curtains in my house, mostly because we move all the time and I would have to constantly buy curtains because every house we live in is different. So I just don't really have curtains. I like the look of them, just don't want to spend the money on them right now. All right, so we'll put those down with just a little bit of that Barely Art liquid glue. And as you notice, one of my cats had to come in the picture. He got a little bored, so he left. But next, I'm working on the flooring, and this is definitely not perfect. It doesn't need to be. Again, it's just more of the background. And you'll notice I try to do a little bit of floorboards, but I wanted the perspective to look like you're looking in. So the slants on that are going to be a little bit, almost like they're coming out of the center. It'll make more sense when the scene is all put together, but I use the E84 for that. I'm going to kind of blend that out with the E81. It looks a lot darker, but because this isn't a Copic friendly paper, it will dry back quite a bit, so don't worry about that. And then we'll start looking at our scene a little bit more. I'll add some E84 to our window, but a lot of that's going to get covered up, so it's not super important that I'm doing this. And a little bit to the pane. And then we can add our scene to the back. After I look at that, I kind of decided that the floor was a little bit too big, so I'm going to trim off about 1/4 of an inch. And the mint color cardstock that I have is trimmed down to be slightly smaller than an A2 size card. So that's just slightly smaller than 4¼ by 5½. On all four sides, just slightly smaller. So we'll put a little bit of glue on our window frame, and then we can stick our scene behind that. Look at how cool that looks. And once again, my cat, my Blue Point, had to come in. He wanted to see himself, I guess. He's going to get bored here in a second, but we'll put down our window. Pardon my head and my cat. And now we're going to put down the floor. It's pretty close to the window, but most of that gets covered with the couch, so I'm not too worried about it. Now we can put up the curtain rod. Yes, this whole thing comes with a curtain rod too. How cute is that? All the little details. I love it. Just got to put it on there straight, unlike what I'm doing. And then we can glue down our curtains. Foam tape would be fun here too. I just decided to make this a little bit easier mailer. Not that adding foam tape would make it too bulky, but I just went with the liquid glue. How cute. It looks so cozy already. Cold outside, warm inside. And then I'm going to glue down our couch. And it's at this point I realized I forgot to add a baseboard. So I am going to bring in that E84 marker, and we're just going to use the chisel nib to add a baseboard. Super easy to do. But look at that scene coming together. And you notice I didn't have, a lot of talent to put to do up the floor. So anyone can do it. Now we're going to glue our scene down to our card base, which is just a craft cardstock base. That measured 5½ inches by 8½ inches and was scored at 4¼ And then we'll just start gluing down the rest of our pieces to our scene. We're going to put this little kitty like he's chasing the yarn ball. I love that he's wearing a sweater. And then we can add this one. He's sitting on the couch. And then we've got our little swirl coming out of the warm cup. And then we'll add this one on the books. He's going to be on the inside of the card. And I'll save our warm wishes for another day. We'll bring out the Cozy Cats stamp one more time for our sentiments. I'm just going to use that Memento Tuxedo Black to stamp out Have A and Cozy and Day. So this is a perfect winter stamp set. And also it has Christmas sentiments in there as well. So that makes it great. Take you all the way through winter. And I'll trim down my sentiment using the guillotine trimmer. And then now we can start adhering those down to the front of our card. So have a cozy day. How sweet is that? Again, foam tape would be great if you wanted to add a little bit of dimension to all this. So keep that in mind. But that's going to finish off our card for today. I really love how this turned out because it has little cats all over it. And I hope you like it too. If you do, please hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Scrapbook Pal has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.